Welcome to the Hudson Show. Coming up, the wild way that AI may soon help you find a date. Also, do you have to eat lunch with your coworkers? All that and more on the way next. Welcome to the Hudson Show podcast from RadioU. Kicking us off, Nikki is here with me. Nikki, this is something that doesn't actually happen very often. People might not know about, is that you saw a movie that you were like, I need to let Hudson know about this.
I thought you would like it from all the people that were in it. It really felt like also your like old man humor sometimes.
Yes.
So I thought surely he would enjoy or catch all these references in the movie.
Well, it's funny that you let me know about that, and I guess you know me so well that I had already watched the movie before you even let me know about it. And so I guess we should let everybody know it is the Unfrosted movie, which is the movie about the origin of Pop-Tarts that Jerry Seinfeld made. That's on Netflix. It came out when we're recording this. It was about a week ago. And Nikki, I mean, you thought I would like the movie, but I want to know, did you like the movie?
I loved it. I watched it with Eric and during it, I was like, who's writing this? Like, it felt like 15 different writers were all like really spot on to different jokes because it was really full of like some really good zingers that even you might have missed maybe.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really funny. I mean, I don't know what was true out of it or not.
You know what was probably true? The part about the living ravioli. I think that was...
He was so cute. And I liked when he had an attitude when he was a teenager.
Yes. Does he lock himself in the bathroom or something like that? Or
yeah, he's yelling out of his room.
I like the movie a lot too. I said this when we did the weekend watch list when the movie came out, is that the critics hate it. And
oh, come on.
I said, I don't care how much the critics hate it. I am watching this right away. And I did. And I don't understand. I just feel like critics don't really get comedy sometimes, you know?
Sure.
I feel like they just have, I don't know, like what if the critics give a good reviews to a comedy movie, that's probably a movie that I don't think will be as funny. But
if something's fun, they won't enjoy it. But there's this one part where they go meet like the sugar cartel, and a guy has he's a ventriloquist, and I didn't know is that Tony Hale? Like everybody's somebody in this movie. Like you've seen every single person in this movie in something else, and I really liked that part.
Yes, that was really. It's like you should have seen it coming, but it was very unexpected.
It was good. So I was just making sure you watched it because I thought this is really up Hudson's alley of movies. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was great too, and even like a good enough movie to rewatch. It's not like the funniest. I said this before. It's not the funniest movie of all time, but now it feels like we get so few really funny movies that it was good to have at least something to laugh at. And so I want to go back to it. I thought it was. I was impressed.
I agree. And so now that we've watched it, if anybody else has seen it, of course, you can text 877-2-RADIO-U. Say, hey, I'm a podcast listener. Did you like it? What was your favorite part? I don't watch a lot of movies now. Nothing's really funny anymore. So if you find anything else, let us know if there's something else we should watch.
100%. That we would appreciate that. It's the Hudson Show. McDonald's is working on a $5 value meal. You heard that right. Some people might remember the dollar menu, or even more recently, like currently, the $1, $2, $3 menu. I'm sure if you go back far enough in time, there was a nickel menu that people are upset doesn't exist anymore. Now it's the $5 value meal that McDonald's is working on. And you may be wondering, what could I get? What's a $5 value at McDonald's if they actually start implementing this? It will be either a McChicken or a McDouble, 4-piece nuggets, fries, and a drink. Is that really a value for $5? Maybe in this day and age, in this economy, with this inflation, it might just be. But if that's the case, it's pretty sad. The box office breakdown, letting you know what made money and what didn't in theaters over the weekend. And as always, if you saw anything good recently, let me know at 877-2-RADIO-U. The number one movie at the box office, no shocker here, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It was the big new release over the weekend. It made $56 million stateside. It's hard to tell. Is that good, bad? It's you know what? It's better than The Fall Guy has made in 2 weeks at the box office. So I feel like that's a win for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The reviews are good. I haven't gotten out to see that yet, but I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan, so it's definitely on my radar. Coming in at number 2 is the aforementioned Fall Guy, which made another $13 million. Feel like that's been a little disappointing, although that's not horrible for a second week based on what they made the first week. Number 3, Challengers. That's the Zendaya movie, tennis. 4, Tarot. I'm sure that's a horror movie. And number 5 is still Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire, which they just announced they're making another one, even though the critics hated Godzilla X Kong. But those of us who went to see it, and there were many of us, we enjoyed it still for what it is. I'll tell you what I watched over the weekend. I've seen 2 movies lately. One is actually, I watched I can't keep all the Planet of the Apes straight, but it's the first one in the current series that's going on right now, the James Franco one where Caesar is a baby. The cutest, for sure, out of all the Planet of the Apes. Obviously enjoyed that. And then also, I recently watched Forrest Gump. It's my dad's favorite movie growing up. I've always had a complicated feelings about it. Is Forrest Gump good, or is it like too... is it almost like a Hallmark movie, just like a really, really well done Hallmark movie? Never made up my mind. And then I was watching it with Mrs. Hudson, and she brought up the idea. She is not convinced that the child in the movie is Forrest's child, which that just led to a whole debate. So, and obviously Jenny and her loose morals, is she actually a good character when it all comes down to it's a tough, if you've ever seen it, let me know what you think. I guess making all of us think through all of these things means it must be good, right? 8772 Radio U. Let me know your thoughts on Forrest Gump or anything you've seen recently. That's your box office breakdown. I'm so happy that Nikki is here with me for a little bit. Good morning, Nikki.
Yay. I feel like any time we should all be clapping, though, when I appear. So
I will have to get some applause sound effects for you.
Okay, all right. Maybe not. It might be too much.
No, nothing's too much for you, Nikki. I wanted to have you here because I have a question that I really feel needs a woman's perspective.
Sure.
And that is... Nikki, we can all picture a man-child in our minds, right? Somebody, a guy who is a grown-up, but he never really grew up. He probably has like action figures at home. He wears, I don't know, like Star Wars and Marvel t-shirts out around town. And I mean, it doesn't mean that he can't be married and have kids or whatever, but that, like we all have that picture in our minds of a man-child, right?
Yeah, usually it's a term you can hear. I guess if you're around more man-child, maybe you hear it more often. But I think we're well familiar with it.
But that has to be a phenomenon that exists with women too, right? There has to be women that never actually, like, even though they reach adulthood, they don't act like they reached adulthood. But there's not like a stereotype of that. Nikki, can you tell me what a woman child would be? I'm trying to figure it out.
A woman child?
Yeah.
Well, Hudson, first off, you might not be able to figure this out because there might not be women child. Like maybe we just act our age and you're just missing the point here. No, I guess there could be. So it'd be someone who, I guess it's just really you don't act your age, kind of. Or what people expect you to act like.
What would that be for I feel like
for a woman?
Yeah. Like, I guess for guys, even though like maybe because it's so common with guys, but like guys, if you're a man-child, many man-children still wind up like getting married and having kids or whatever. And I feel like maybe either
you're still fully functioning.
Yeah.
You just have your moments of, oh gosh, I don't know, Hudson. There might not be an answer to this. I mean,
well, I was thinking maybe like a woman child would be more likely to be single, and it's like the way she acts in relationship world, like she has trouble keeping a relationship going because she's still immature in that way. Does that sound?
No, I don't think so. And Hudson, can I please just also say, I do appreciate loving coming back with you to hear about your takes on women's stuff. It is just always my most favorite.
That's why I needed you here. I couldn't do this alone.
Oh no, I still love your input. I know, right? I don't know. I don't even think of it as like a single, not single sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like, maybe you have certain not qualities, but just certain things that are just maybe not traditional for your age or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that it's such that it feels such like a common thing with guys. Like anybody could probably name someone that they would consider a man child, but a woman child. Maybe you're
just
right. Maybe
happening.
Women are just so mature. They mature at such a young age too that it's just like.
Now, don't be embarrassed if you're like, "That's me." Yeah. I want you to own it and just start leading the revolution because we can all act like how we want.
Yeah, right. That's right. We could all be young at heart. I mean, hey, man children have been making it work. So I think any women children out there, don't feel bad about it whatsoever.
And if you're still single, then you find yourself a man child. Right. And you get together that way. I think you'll love each other.
You'd be a good match. In Milwaukee, baseball fans are effectively banned from cheering. Not of the Brewers. It is the Milwaukee Milkmen, which is a minor league baseball team. They just opened up their season this past weekend, but they're in some difficulty because the neighborhood their stadium is in, it just passed an ordinance that causes punishments for any noise over 55 decibels. By the way, just like probably standing outside on the street with cars going by, that's like 50 decibels right there. So they literally can't make any noise at the baseball stadium, which is obviously seems pretty impractical. So now the question is, what happens when they go above that noise? Are they actually going to possibly shut down minor league baseball games as they are going on because the fans get too quiet? If I was a fan, I don't know, because as a fan, you're not going to get in trouble. It's the team, it's the ownership, it's the people in charge of the game. So you're not going to get in trouble. I almost would put it as that feels like a challenge to me. Like, how loud can we actually get for this minor league baseball game? Let's show this neighborhood. Not sure if you saw this late last week. The founder of Bumble made some headlines by basically suggesting that in the near future, something they are working towards is an AI dating concierge that would help you with dating, but it wouldn't just help you with dating. It would literally, according to the founder of Bumble, date other people's AI dating concierges and set you up with real life matches based off of that. And which makes me wonder several things. One, what am I doing while the AI dating concierge is dating for me? Maybe just, I don't know. I don't have that much going on, so I don't think it'll really save me that much. But also, I think this would be an interesting experiment for people to run is, would you, if you're a single person, be more likely to give somebody a chance if AI recommend? If you think, it doesn't even have to be true. If you were shown a picture of a person and you were told the AI recommended them to you, would that make you more likely to give it a chance? Well, AI must know what it's talking about. It knows everything about me. It has all this, whatever. I don't know. I'm sure there's people out there going, I would never trust AI with dating in general, which I understand. For me, I actually think this could have helped me out a lot. Let me clarify. It could have helped me out a lot at first, but then once women actually met me, they'd probably be even more disappointed. I have here a list of all of the new items coming out from Frito-Lay this summer. Let me know which one you're most excited about at 8772 RadioU. This is a good list. Actually, available now if you're a Costco member, and it will be available to everybody later this summer. Honey Butter Lays. Apparently, honey butter, they say it's a Korean thing, but really, I'm looking at the bag of it. It's just, it shows honey and butter, which is obviously a great combo. I think I could get behind that. Some sweet chips. That sounds good. So that's coming. And if you're a Costco member, you can already grab those if you're lucky. Also, they're bringing back ketchup and mustard Doritos. I remember liking one of those too, but I'm not sure which one. And I feel like, I guess if they're bringing it back, people must have liked it, but I feel like most of the people I know did not care for the ketchup and mustard Doritos. Then there's this one. This is the one that I'm not in on. This is just not a flavor that does anything for me, but they're making Lay's Wavy Tzatziki chips. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I used to work at Panera. We had stuff with tzatziki on it. It's Tzattziki. Tzatziki. I'm not sure. I don't speak whatever language that is. But here's where we get to the good stuff. Cheetos putting out a new flamin' hot flavor, Cajun cheddar this summer. Yes, I'm all in on that. And then this one is a wild card. Do you know I like Funyuns? Funyuns collabing with Marichan Ramen. Marichan hot and spicy chicken ramen Funyuns. Yes. I don't know if that's going to be good, but I know that I need to try it. Which one sounds the best to you? 8772 RadioU. Some interesting options hitting shelves from Frito-Lay this summer. I don't even know who needs to hear this, but the Celtics are frauds, man. This team is a sham. Last night they struggled to put away the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cavaliers that didn't have Donovan Mitchell or Jared Allen, and it was still a close game down the stretch. The Celtics, this is not a championship team. They are going to run into a team that actually has a killer that's healthy, whether it's Jalen Brunson if he stays healthy, Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, SGA, Luka. They're going to run into somebody, and it's not going to be pretty. They're going to find out what a real championship team looks like. The Celtics are not good, man. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they're fine, and then the rest of the team is a bunch of nonsense. I don't buy it. I'm calling it out now. This Celtics team, they might not even make it out of the East at this point. They're getting lucky. They've gotten some good health breaks, the teams going against them, but that's not going to last forever. Today's useless knowledge question of the day about George Lucas, since today is his 80th birthday. The question is, which famous movie character was named after George Lucas's dog? Many good guesses coming in. Some saying Boba, as in Boba Fett. Some saying Yoda. Some saying Chewbacca. That'd be wild if he actually had a dog named Chewbacca before Chewbacca was in the movies. But all of those, of course, incorrect. However, many did actually get today's question right. Y'all were too focused on Star Wars, except for that person who said Willow. The correct answer is Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, named after George Lucas's dog, Indiana, which, by the way, do you care that not only did his dog is the namesake of Indiana Jones, also his dog was the inspiration for the look of the aforementioned Chewbacca. They modeled Chewbacca after Indiana, George Lucas's dog, who is an Alaskan Malamute. And judging by Chewbacca, Indiana must have looked ridiculous. I'm happy to let you know about a collab between two things we love here on the Hudson Show. That is Krispy Kreme and Dolly Parton. You heard that right. Dolly Parton is getting her own line of donuts at Krispy Kreme. And I'm going through them here. They're not exactly, at least as far as Krispy Kreme goes, the most unique flavors I've ever heard. There's a donut with strawberry icing, gold, pink, and white glitter sprinkles. There's one that's peach cobbler. Could be good. A banana pudding pie. Of course, it's Southern, so banana pudding pie donut and a chocolate cream pie donut. These are donuts that aren't exactly the most unique at Krispy Kreme, although you might not find them in every other donut shop you hop into. But it's fun because they're Dolly Parton themed. But even better is coming up on Saturday, May 18th. That's this Saturday. If you dress up like Dolly Parton or wear some kind of Dolly Parton attire, at least put on a Dolly Parton wig, they will give you a free original glazed donut. Now, I'm not going to do that because nobody wants to see that, but there is one other way to get a free donut from Krispy Kreme, and that is to sing your favorite Dolly Parton song, which I am fully capable of. I am bubbling over with excitement. Free donut coming my way. We're doing a food fight. NayNay is here with me.
We're back again, baby. You know, I'm trying to figure out, why do you keep bringing me in for these food fights? You could have brought in Sydney. You could have brought in Lex. You could have brought in JR, ZK. Why is it always me?
They're busier than you. You got less going on.
You tell me I don't do work around here?
Yeah, I got to make you busy. So I got to, fill your hours with something. NayNay, let's talk before we start eating things about the elephant in the room, because nobody knows about this. This is like the video. People are seeing this for the first time. And the radio audience.
Wait, what did you do with your face? Oh my goodness! Sorry, guys, I'm like really tired this morning. You just got a mustache. Just shaved the beard.
The beard is gone.
You got the long mullet and the long hair.
Yeah.
But what happened? What happened?
I have been threatening to make a change to my facial because I've never had just this kind of mustache. You remember I used to have a horseshoe where it comes down the sides of your mouth.
Oh yeah,
I had that for a while. I feel like people didn't love that. And so, but then I was like, what about like mustaches are kind of trendy right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to find out what I look like with just a mustache. And the reviews for this are even worse.
Well, you found out all right,
Yeah.
man. Talk about giving in to the peer pressure.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to last very long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. Can we eat food now?
Yeah, let's do that. I don't know if you're going to want this actually. So
Why?
I have all of the Baja stuff.
Dude, everyone loves Mountain Dew Baja. Who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, the Baja soda's probably going to be good, but I also have the new Doritos
Ooh.
Fiery Mango
Huh?
Baja.
Dude,
And
you know I don't like spicy food. What?
But it wouldn't be right to do all of the Baja things
Oh
and
my
not do this.
Hudson.
The first ever Baja chips, we've got to do them. Would you, why don't we do this? We can do the chips first and then the soda can wash it down.
we're going to have to.
in case
I
it's
guess.
spicy for you.
Oh, my goodness.
Would it change your mind if I told you?
No, let's
that
just get it over
Nikki
with.
says these are really good.
No, let's just
Talking
get
to
it
her,
over
she said they're
with.
good. So.
Her tolerance for spice is probably a lot higher than mine. So, fiery mango, you said?
Baja Fiery Mango Doritos.
Oh, dear Lord, man.
All right, you go first in a little role reversal. Usually I have to be the guinea pig. You're not spitting it out instantly.
I don't taste it. Oh, gosh, it's coming now. Okay.
I just lost some chips on the ground. Can you get the vacuum after we're done?
Yeah, sure.
Is it really spicy?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Fiery feels like an exaggeration.
But the thing, listen. Whew. Hang on. give me a second. So, like, it's in the grand scheme of spicy things, this is not hot.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of my spicy things, this is like jalapeno. No, something hot, like a really hot chili pepper.
Yeah, it's a lot for you.
Yeah, this is a lot. I'm starting to feel a little. Whew.
You can't enjoy it then. You're not gonna be having more of these.
No, I'm not.
I think I think they taste good. I think they are the type of thing where it's not spicy to have just one, but I bet you start stacking these and like eating handfuls of them, and you would start to have a runny nose.
I tasted the mango first, and then the spice came in after. That's what happened for me.
It's almost like a Starburst. Like it's so candy like at first.
But it's not. Candy ain't spicy,
No,
is it?
not most candy, no. All right, which one, since we made you put you through that, which of the Mountain Dew Bajas for the summertime would you like to try
I want to try the Point Break Punch first because I feel like this one's going to be better at the end, the Laguna Lemonade, so I'm going to save that for last. So let's do the Point Break Punch first.
Do with a blast of natural and artificial tropical punch flavor.
Let me hold the tab up to the up to the microphone real quick. Let me get
it
up.
sounds so good.
There we go. Listen to it. Wait.
That's such a good sound.
And
by the way, Chris is the Moneybags is running the cameras for us. How nervous do you think he is right now with us having just these soda cans buy all the equipment?
He's probably freaking out right now.
One day something is going to go wrong.
We're just trying to set everything up in the studio. So for everything to just stop working because we spilled something would be just so heartbreaking for all of us.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, let's go ahead and let's give the Point Break Punch a taste.
That's smelly. Swish it around. Give it a swish.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I'd still take Baja Blast over it, but not bad for the Baja.
It's not very Mountain Dewy, is it?
It's not like I could taste the Mountain Dew part in it, but it's just the Point Break Punch. I still like the original Baja Blast better. It seems like you can't go worse than, well, not worse. You can't get better than that.
Yeah. I think, for the people listening too, we should probably say the Point Break Punch is the pink one if you see them in stores.
Oh, yes.
I guess you could read when you're in the store too. But
well, if you can't read, you shouldn't be buying it to begin with.
Just going off of color.
Go back to school, fam.
The other one is the Laguna Lemonade. It says it's due with a blast of natural and artificial mango lemonade. But I also see, maybe that's a mango. I thought it was a pepper. I thought it was like a pepper on this.
It better not be no pepper.
For a rude awakening.
I'm not going to eat no pep. I ain't going to drink no pepper. Okay. Laguna Lemonade.
Ooh, this is smelly. I mean, if you like mango.
I lied. This is worse than the Point Break Punch.
Yeah.
I lied. Point Break Punch is so better.
So if you were to rank the 3 new Baja snacks for the summertime.
Chips are last because they're fiery. Anything spicy is going to put last, in my opinion, every single time. I would put number 2 out of 3 on the list is the Laguna Lemonade, the yellow one. And then number 1 is the Mountain Dew Baja Point Break Punch, baby. Yeehaw!
I think I'm going the chips. I think I'm taking those first.
That's L,
over
bro.
the drinks. Over
So
the drinks.
L.
The
That's
fiery
an L
mango
take.
Doritos, the Baja fiery mango Doritos are fire. And I want more.
Terrible take. You can have them. They're all for you. I'm
The
not gonna
Laguna
touch 'em.
Lemonade, I don't think I'm into, so I'll put that last, and the Point Break Punch in the middle. It's just fine.
I
fine.
bet. There you go. Now we know officially what you like.
Because we
Just
completely
terrible
disagree. We haven't helped anybody in any way. If you struggle with anger issues, there's a trend going around on TikTok that may be able to help you out. It's called ice throwing. You simply grab a bowl of ice cubes and start throwing them as hard as you can in your bathtub. And while the trend is kind of centered around new moms experiencing postpartum rage, it's actually an expert-approved method of anger therapy for everybody. Well, everybody except for me. Got a real cannon of an arm. What's the worst thing your dog has ever eaten? For me, my dog, Zafira, she's eaten. I feel like I'm fortunate she hasn't gone too crazy, but it wasn't long ago. She ate an entire package of sugar wafer cookies. They were on a low shelf. She also ate a bunch of hot dog buns, which those are the worst things for a dog to eat. She's fine. But, I mean, I wanted to eat those sugar wafer cookies and those hot dog buns. And I don't know. I mean, other people have definitely had their dogs eat worse things. But even just eating the hot dog rolls, it's annoying. You get a little frustrated at your dog, but you don't kick him out of the house. You're not like, well, that's it for you, Zafira. In fact, if the dog eats something bad enough, many of us take the dog to the vet. Not only do we not kick the dog out and be like, well, that serves you right. You take the dog to the vet. You spend money to go make sure your dog is okay. And if that's how you treat your dog, I'm going to let you know that's how God sees you. That, yeah, we may go through life and make mistakes and eat things we shouldn't and whatever. But God is not getting upset with you and kicking you out of his family, saying, well, that this is the last straw for you. You've ate one too many hot dog buns. You're done, Buster. No, God, he'll take you to the vet. God will take care of you, whatever it takes to make sure you're okay, even after the big mistakes. God is always there. If you want to experience that kind of relationship, reach out. Start talking to God right now. Say, hey, Jesus, I want to know what that's like. And more importantly, let him talk to you. We call this Fired or Hired on the Hudson Show. If you've ever got a dilemma at the workplace you need some advice for, we'll help you out. 8772 RadioU. This one sounds like it sucks. We have a listener who says, every single day without fail at noon, one of my coworkers will decide the whole team is eating lunch together, including our manager. It's completely frowned upon to eat at your desk. Note that no other teams do this. It's just mine, of course. I myself would love to take my lunch to an empty room and read a book or just take a break from work. I don't feel like I get a break from work since we all eat together on our lunch break, and we'll talk about work and politics and small talk and our weekends and whatever. I'm afraid to skip it because I'd be the only one skipping. Furthermore, another coworker is constantly slacking me, texting me all throughout the workday, every day just for fun. I feel like I cannot get a single break from my job or my coworkers. Any advice would be helpful. All right. First of all, I'm going to say, glad I'm not you. RadioU here, we're wonderful, but I'm glad we don't eat lunch together every single day. From there, we need some advice for this guy. 8772 RadioU. What do? You cannot get out of a group lunch at work every single day. How would you handle this? Heather says that she went through something very similar. Eventually, it got so bad, I got so overwhelmed that I went to HR to clarify if I was required to attend lunch with everyone every day. And once I got the backup from HR to say no, that's when, I stopped showing up every time. She says, you just have to say no a few times, get past the initial guilt trips, and surprise, and they'll get used to it. Also, some good thoughts here from Eric, who says you really need to ask yourself what your goals are at the company. If you want to be there long term and work your way up and whatever, then you are going to need to just suck it up and keep on doing this probably so you can maintain and build some relationships. But otherwise, you may decide that maybe it's not worth it. And that's where I am too. Like I guess if you really, really want to work your way up, this is your way to do it. You build relationships, but otherwise, man, that your lunch is supposed to be you time. Like in many jobs, I don't know if this is for all of them, but they're like required to let you have that lunch break. It should actually be a break. I know it's hard to say no. I know it's much easier to sit here and go, yeah, just don't go to lunch. See what happens. It's easier said than done, but I know that's where my mind would be at. If you've got good advice here, or if you ever have a fired or hired issue, 8772 RadioU. Thanks for listening to The Hudson Show. Please don't forget to rate and review the podcast.